Hello everyone, I'm Kindly Kimberly. Welcome to my workout. Let's see what I can accomplish today. I did not look forward to doing this workout. I actually dreaded it. I procrastinated the most when it came to putting on my workout clothes, putting on my shoes, and getting myself in front of this TV, and knocking out this workout. I just didn't want to do it. I thought about all the pain that was going to come while doing this workout, and something in my mind was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put it off until I just can't put it off anymore. So the time came for me to just get up and do it. And that's what I did. I put on my workout clothes, I put on my shoes, I put my hair up, and I got myself in front of this TV and I said, it's time to put in the work. The pain will not last forever. That's what we got to realize. When we're exercising, the pain will not last forever. When we're working out, yes, while we're doing the reps are painful, but what's happening is you're breaking down your muscle so that it can rebuild and grow stronger. That's what we're doing. And that's the part that's not the most fun. It's the part that we dread. And it's definitely the part that, we kind of procrastinate when it comes to just getting it over and done with. Sometimes we just have to be real with ourselves and coach ourselves and say, hey, okay, this workout is 20 minutes long, but each exercise within this workout is just 1 minute long. If I can make it through the 1 minute, I can make it through the 20 minutes. That's why I love this fitness program that I created. Every exercise is done for 1 minute. And within that 1 minute of the exercise, I'm challenging myself. Hey, do more reps, do more reps. Don't give up. I know it's burning when I'm doing the reps, but I tell myself in my mind, keep going, keep pushing. The last time I did this workout, I got 50 reps. Today I need to get 51. That's how I push myself to grow and be better when it comes to my fitness. Believe it or not, I walk a mile before I even do this workout. I also do 500 jump ropes. I walk a mile to the park and back home. And I've even gotten to the point where I'm walking a little ways and then jogging until I can't jog anymore. If you're someone who just feels like, hey, I suck at running, I don't like running, this is a great way to get yourself into running or into jogging. Not running, because I'm nowhere near running level status yet, okay? So what you're going to do, walk out your front door. You're going to walk just a little ways. Maybe walk about an eighth of a mile, okay? And then once you're done walking, you're going to start to slowly jog. Jog as long as you can go. Tell yourself in your mind, hey, I know this hurts, but I'm going to try to make it to the next mailbox. Once I make it to the next mailbox, I'm going to stop, but I'm going to keep walking. I'm no longer going to be jogging. I'm just going to walk. And that's going to help me to catch my breath. Okay. That's how I like to do it. And believe it or not, back in 2007, I believe, I used the same routine to get myself into jogging 8 miles a day. I know that sounds crazy. I don't know how I mentally, prepared myself to do that, but I did. And it's only because when you're walking short spurts and you're jogging short spurts, you're building up your endurance. And that's exactly what I did. And that's exactly how I was able to get up to jogging 8 miles a day. Now, if I could ever get to jogging 1 mile or 2 miles, I'm going to be proud of myself, because when back in that time, when I was doing this type of jogging, walking system, I started out, not being able to jog. And then I was able to jog an entire mile without stopping. And then eventually something inside of me I mentally pushed myself to say, hey, let me jog a quarter mile longer. And that quarter mile longer turned into a half a mile longer. That half a mile longer turned into 3/4 a mile longer. That 3/4 a mile longer turned into another mile to reach 2 miles jogging a day. And so forth and so forth. You've got to build on where you are currently. You can't say, okay, I haven't exercised in 5 years. I'm going to jog 5 miles today. You might, make it jogging that 5 miles, but I guarantee you won't show up the next time. You know why? Because you push yourself too hard. You push yourself too hard and you don't want to feel that pain anymore. You got to gradually work yourself up to being able to do these things for yourself. So picture this. I started walking a mile a day. I walked over 100, 200 miles, over the course of me leading up to getting into my weightlifting again that I started in December of 2024. But in January of 2024, I just started walking 1 mile a day. I never skipped. I got until the end of November. I walked 330 miles consistently before I turned and got into my weightlifting journey. Okay. 330 miles nonstop without missing a day, y'all. That's the momentum I'm talking about. Start where you are and just remain consistent at your goal, and then you're going to elevate in due time. So in 11 months, I elevated from walking 1 mile a day to weightlifting 5-6 days a week. Okay. And then once I went from there, I started to push myself in how much weight I was lifting. And I did that from April 2025 up until now, which is November 2025. And now I'm getting back into my 5-week workout program that I created in 2022. And look at me on the screen. The comparison. Do you see how my endurance has increased? Do you see how much stronger I've become? Can you see the difference? Now, let me be honest with you all. The difference may not show on the scale, but it definitely shows in my body measurements. It definitely shows in how well my endurance has increased. It has definitely shown in how many reps I'm able to do. It definitely shows in how much longer I'm able to jog or do knee lifts or, do jumping jacks. We can't measure everything by looking at the scale. Because if I had to rely on where I am on the scale, I would have quit a long time ago. Let me just be honest with you. Even though the scale says one thing, my appearance is day and night in comparison to where I started. My ability to do, these workouts and be stronger is day and night in comparison to where I started. Y'all, we got to stop focusing on, I want to look like this. I want to look like this. How do you want to feel? How much stronger do you want to get? How much more consistent do you want to be? Don't you want to feel what that feels like? The number on the scale, anything can change that. You can drink a cup of water and it'll change, right? You can eat a piece of bread and it'll change. It's unreliable. Determine how far you've come by how much more you're able to do better than where you started. Measure it more by how many reps you're able to do now. Measure it more by how your clothes fit. Measure it more by how much healthier you look, how much healthier you feel. Those are the determining factors on your progress. That's what I've come to know in this past year. There have been many times where I've shown up to do my workouts over and over and over again, just to look at the scale and doubt my progress, doubt how far I've come, doubt how I've really been tuning in and taking care of myself. When I think about all the work I put in, and then I get on that scale and I start to doubt, the things that I've been doing for myself, that's not a good feeling. And so you need to be in the right mind space to understand, hey, the scale might say this, but I know how much work I put in. I know how far I've come. I know how much greater I am than I used to be. That's how you got to measure your progress. So showing up is necessary. No matter how much we don't want to do it, no matter how much we know it's going to hurt, it won't last forever. Okay? The pain of the reps won't last forever. And the more you do, the more you'll be able to do. The more you show up, the more you'll be able to do more than what you did the day before. It's all about making progress, making an effort to do things better and better and better. In due time, you'll notice, hey, I can lift these 15-pound weights. I used to could only lift the 5-pound weights. I can do 50 squats now when I used to only could do 10 in a row, right? That is progress. That is the ultimate progress. So putting in the work is the price you have to pay if you want to see the progress. You want to see the changes. So don't be disheartened when, you say, one of my subscribers, you know who you are. You wrote me and you said, I've been working out with you for the past year, but I don't see any changes in myself. But I do feel better than I did last year. Congratulations to you. That's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on how much better you feel than you did last year. Because each year that you continue to put in the work is a year that you're going to be better than you were the year before. And I sit and I watch some people's fitness journeys, and some of them take 5 years to get to the ultimate fitness level that they wanted. They started off wanting to, reach. People think that getting fit is going to happen in a year. They think it's going to happen in 6 months. They think it's going to happen in 2 weeks. And that's where we go wrong. And so when it doesn't happen that quickly, that's when people tend to give up on the progress they've already made. Let me tell y'all something. The worst thing you can ever do than quitting on yourself is having to restart. Having to restart something that, you started, and having to start at rock bottom because you quit on yourself. That's the greatest level of pain you will ever feel. That's the greatest level of self-doubt that you will ever feel. Because getting back into a fitness journey, oh, it hurts so bad. It hurts. It's so, in a way, depressing. Because when you quit and you realize, man, I can remember after I had baby number 7, after 4 months of working out, I got myself back in shape. I was looking good, okay? But then I got on that scale and I said, this isn't working. I'm not even losing the baby weight. And I stopped working out for an entire 2 years. So when I show back up here on my fitness channel, I was twice the size than where I was when I started. Okay. And I spent the past year correcting that. But it's been the hardest year I've ever endured when it comes to my fitness journey. Over the years, y'all know I've been exercising since I was in the 6th grade, maybe 4th grade. I can't remember. But, once you get a little bit older, you get close to your 40s and you stop exercising and then you start trying to get back into it, it is so difficult. Now add, having a baby on top of that and quitting. Oh my gosh, y'all. This past year, I have put in the work. I have really put in the work, y'all. I have been putting in the blood, sweat, and tears, okay? And I've been making progress. I still look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, okay, I still don't look the way I looked after I had baby number 6 yet. Hey, that's going to come. But in order for that to come, I have to continue doing what I'm already doing, which is showing up, doing my walking, doing my jump roping, doing my weightlifting, doing my, workouts, and not skipping. Each week, you should be able to say, hey, I worked out 5 days a week this week, or I worked out 3 days a week. Heck, even if you can say I worked out twice this week, you're doing great, okay? So don't doubt the work that you're putting in just because you feel like, oh, I didn't do enough this week. You're still going to make progress. But if you quit, there's no way you can make progress. It's that simple. The math is simple. If you don't put in the work, you won't see the progress. You won't see the changes. So even though, when I'm making these workout videos and I'm posting them on my channel, behind the scenes, I'm still exercising. Even though I post once a week, I'm still working out multiple days of the week. It's just that when I have to, record the videos, I have to make sure my kids aren't running through the room, nothing's out of whack, in the video. And so it takes a lot of effort for me to mentally get prepared to even shoot the video. So I only do that once a week. I would like to do it more often, but mentally I can't. And then I have to go and edit the videos and put the videos up and put them on my channel. This is all my journal of progress for myself. Whether anyone watches or not, this is my progress journal for myself. And I love looking back at my videos and my thumbnails. I don't know if a lot of you know it or not, but my thumbnails that I put on my my video, every time I post, those thumbnails are of me in that current workout that I'm posting. I don't go back and find, pictures from the past and put them up and put them with the current video. I like to know that when I come to my channel and I see the thumbnail, that's me at that particular time. That's me at that particular workout. So it can be a reminder of, hey, back this far back, 2 years ago, this is where I was. And now if you look at my thumbnails now, I look completely different than I did 2 years ago or even a year ago. So I post where I currently am. This is my online fitness journal. Okay. This is me sharing with myself that this is possible. If you just stick to the routine, changes are possible. And on top of that, I have 6 daughters and 1 son. So this is my gift to them as well, because when they reach adulthood, I want them to know, hey, if you can stick to a fitness plan, you can create a level of health for yourself that no one can take away from you. I want them to see the struggles that I've gone through when it comes to my fitness journey and show them, hey, it may not have been easy, but I stuck to it. And this is what it takes when you're an adult. We don't go to the playgrounds and play anymore. So this is what it turns into. You got to get into the weightlifting. You got to get into the walking a mile, getting yourself outside into the fresh air. You got to get into all of that. Because as an adult, if you forego your fitness journey, if you completely don't have a fitness journey, let me tell y'all, when y'all get in your 40s, things change. I was just talking to my friend she was telling me, things that she's noticing about her health and everything now that we're 40. And I said, let me tell you something. I know what's wrong with you. You're in perimenopause. It's not something that's widely talked about, but we're in perimenopause. We're suffering from our hair thinning. We're suffering from swollen ankles. We're suffering from weight gain. We're suffering from night jitters. When we're trying to sleep, we'll wake up, in a panic. Our hormones are different from how they used to be. When you hit 40, strange things start to happen, kind of unexplainable. And so when we go to our doctor, we say, hey, I've been feeling like this. The doctor's trying to figure out what's wrong. Please, ladies, if you're in your 40s, go to someone who understands perimenopause. Because I think we're all suffering in silence. I talk about it here on my channel, but I think we're all suffering in silence as women when we hit 40. Because things start to change and we're like, what is wrong with me? I feel weird. I can't explain it. Things are changing on me, within me, and I don't know how to explain it, but I'm trying to get back to the old me, right? Any of y'all feeling like that lately? I sure have been feeling like that. I'm chasing, not really chasing the youth, but chasing the fitness and, the freedom of being able to walk with no aches and pains, being able to look down at my ankles and not see swollen ankles, the ability to, lay a certain way and not wake up with a crook in my neck or my hip hurting, or stepping out of the bed and feeling like, just pressure, So things do change once you hit 40, and I'm sharing that here on my channel. Y'all, please talk about it down below in my comment section. Are there any of y'all going through perimenopause? Are you noticing, weird things about your cycle getting heavier? You're just feeling not like yourself lately? Let's talk about it. Let's not cover it up and suffer in silence, because y'all, you're okay. You're just going through a lot of changes and your body's trying to figure it all out. So put some purple hearts down below in the comment section if you're someone who's dealing with this issue as a 40-year-old woman and you feel like things are changing and you don't know what's happening. Hey, it happens. So I'm warning all y'all who haven't hit 40 yet. You're in for something you've never experienced in your entire life. All right, so this workout is done. I hope y'all enjoyed this talk. Thank you so much for watching. This was a wonderful workout. I did well and I showed up. And that's what really matters. I will talk to you all in the next video. I'm Kindly Kimberly. Remember that everybody is beautiful. But you also have to remember that health is wealth and wealth takes care of everything else. I want y'all to take care, stay motivated, stay true to yourself, be honest with yourself. You can get through this. Talk to you later. Bye bye.